Can you tell us how like the later part of the workday went yesterday?
We had finished all our work, great, just getting packed up, and then it started to rain.
Lots of water coming down, almost like you were in the shower.
Was it a torrential rain?
It was a torrential rain.
And then it started to rain heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier.
On the ground there was probably an inch of water. It was flooding over there like a waterfall.
You know when you count like the lightning and then you count until the thunder? There was no gap. It was like lightning, thunder. It was really cool.
And then some guy was building an ark over there. I think his name was Noah.
And then we decided that we couldn't just keep waiting. We had to go back to the hotel because we have to ride down the hill to get to the hotel. Just as we were setting off, the rain stopped. And then we went and rode a trail and it was fun. Like sometimes my shock push me a bit, but I slow a bit the rebound, the rebound low speed rebound, but it stay a bit the same. And I feel like I take a lot of development on the front, and I think about maybe add a spacer.
It's quite steep here.
Yeah, I have 3, maybe 4. And do you think it's my shocks who is too fast, or maybe it's my fork who is too slow?
Shock is too fast down deep.
Okay.
Not the low speed, but the high speed.
Okay.
Try this first.
Okay, so you close the
I
high
closed
speed?
high speed, but I opened the low back up.
Okay, how many? 1?
2 on low, 1 on high.
Okay, I will try that.
Okay.
Thank you!
And maybe could go a little more on high speed.
Okay, and what do you think about that token?
Wait and see how this,
Okay.
because it's going to change the balance a little bit. So maybe it's okay. Otherwise, we add 1 in.
Okay, thank you!
See you.
See you!
Track's really good. It's rough. I feel like I am using quite a bit of the fork, getting a lot through the hands and using all the travel, like a lot. There's not really that many big landings.
You're just heavy on the fork all the time.
It feels a bit heavy on the fork, but like overall, still good.
Okay.
First few laps were pingy, like in the front, but I think that was more because of the loose and wet dirt down in the bottom woods. But yeah, like some of those holes up top, I'm just like, I feel like it's kind of diving in.
Okay.
We've kind of like alleviated a bit of it so far, just
we went up
firmer compression
Yeah.
each, and then more stem spacers just to pull his weight back a little bit, which has helped a lot.
Probably push the forks through a little bit,
Oh yeah.
just to get a little bit more on the back.
That's a good show.
How many volume spacers for? You could easily add another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is actually kind of the feeling. It feels like
Just
like
diving.
the small bumps feels good, but then once it really a big compression, it just feels low. So that,
And I think that'll just put you
yeah.
up a bit more as well.
And then the shock feels good,
Okay.
but
Cool.
I don't know if you feel
Might
anything
have to
different.
firm that up if we push your weight back a little bit, I guess.
Maybe. But I'd probably do that first.
Yeah. And keep same PSI.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool, man.
You need a spacer?
I've got loads, yeah.
But
I'm feeling okay.
like surprisingly
7
good.
days of runs, 8 days, whatever it's
I
been.
feel like I feel playful still, which is a good sign. Like I can choose which line I need to go to and get there.
How
It's not like I'm
different?
struggling to get there.
Okay. How different is the track? Or how much water damage do you think?
They fixed a lot of it,
Okay.
so it's not terrible. It's actually like surprisingly good. Like some of the top corners have got like, you know, when it gets soft and then like it like kind of pushes back into a ledge. Like Leger 2021 had a gnarly one where it was like that.
Oh,
Almost.
yeah, I remember. Like
Yeah,
a vertical.
yeah, like a
berm.
vertical. So
Yeah.
it's starting to do that up on the top corners, but the holes are coming up quick for sure. So,
All right, sweet.
okay, 5 volume spaces.
Easy.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, sounds good.
He's been doing runs after runs after runs. He was here last week. So it sounds like he's putting some weight on, feeling better. I'm a little worried about him just kind of burning out, but that doesn't seem to be possible with him. It's just like boundless energy. But Fork's going a bit deep in the travel, so we're just going to add a volume spacer. Keep the same pressure, same other settings, and see how it goes.
I don't really know what to feel. It felt like I was kind of pushing in some sections,
Okay.
and it just kind of felt like more so towards the bottom, the rear was just sort of stepping out on me,
Okay.
and I didn't feel like I couldn't control my front. I have 5 tokens in as well,
Okay.
but I also felt like in the top stuff, it just wasn't like, almost felt like I was sitting quite low into the rear in the big turns. So I didn't feel like I was carrying great speed. Probably like overall it didn't feel balanced.
Okay. But it feels low in the back.
Yeah, like what you did to the fork felt a lot better. I didn't feel as much feedback through my hands.
Okay.
Do you reckon there's any chance of trying a heavier spring?
That's 550. That's
550.
the biggest one we have. I'll speed it up, back up 1, and just
Okay.
see if it brings the ride height back up.
Cool, bro.
And if that helps out.
Yep, sweet.
We slowed it down a lot, so.
Yeah, it definitely, it felt better, bro, but I had some fucking problems with my chain guide getting jammed.
Okay.
So I really feel like it didn't make the bike feel great at all either.
Okay.
But like from the previous run to what you changed, it definitely felt a lot better.
Okay. I think if you keep burying the fork that deep, we should add another spacer.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's about it.
yeah, okay, sweet. And add another spacer and go down in pressure?
Now leave it.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Cool, Jordy.
Let us know.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Welcome.
See you, boys.
See you, bro.
I haven't seen Brooke in a long time. He's got a new mechanic now. So I'm starting to relearn where he's been, and that's a relatively new frame. So there's still some learning for me to do too.
What I would put on in the bike park for like doing different tracks and laps and everything. It felt really good for the first 2 laps, but as soon as I got to speed, I felt like it's a bit too slow, especially in the rear. Was it that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we sped up
Sped up low one.
yeah, on the rear.
Before, and then that was better.
That was definitely better, but the fork was not balanced to it, so we sped up the fork, and then the fork felt good, but a bit too much almost. Like
Yeah.
too fast.
Yeah. So then took one off low just because of heat, and then now
Put the high speed
put
compression
high
on.
speed compression on the rear to give it a bit more support in deep, because
That was
on data
really
it was showing that she actually bottomed out, and it was
Good not
faster.
feel that.
Yeah, but it was faster at the beginning of the travel and wasn't really sitting in as much. So then gave her a bit more support lower down.
And did this last lap now with the more close high speed compression, and you got like after the fast berms on top, you got these like rock kind of like with a few compressions, and it was like, wow, I'm going so easy through that now, like so much less effort. And I think that was really good on the shock, and I want to have the same feeling on the fork. The fork feels good, but maybe it could get like holding up slightly more, but maybe it gets too much then. But maybe it's okay.
No, I would. Yeah.
Just keep it.
No,
No,
out of space.
out of space.
Add a spacer.
It's pretty consistently steep track, huh?
Out of space, same
Okay.
pressure. And then just hold you up more, wouldn't it?
So go to 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember last year we went from 3 to 4 in Andorra?
Yeah, and you had an absolute heart attack.
Okay.
Happy?
Ja.
We'll try that tomorrow.
Ja.
Yeah.
Ja. How are you?
Geil.
Geil!
Yeah.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, Jill.
Super geil.
Super geil.
Super guy.
See ya. Right, tow me up the hill.
She's going faster and definitely burying the fork all the way. So we're gonna add a volume spacer, which I think they'd kind of worked out already. And it's funny that they made a note that they had added a spacer here last year, gone from 3 to 4, and she kind of had a fit. And now we're going from 4 to 5, and she's like, yeah, that sounds great. So it's just progress.
As I'm going much faster, I blew off track 3 times, and it feels like there's a lot of rebound.
Are you gradually pushing that towards me?
Yeah.
Do you want me to?
Well, no, I'm just like it.
Feels like it's
Like
rebounding.
this morning, it was really good when I was, not going as quick. But as it's drying up, holes are getting worse. Like it, I think it just feels a bit quick. But I don't know. It could be me. It definitely could be me because I haven't had that much bike time. Just with staying on track. Yeah, there was 3 like near massive ones, and then one was just kind of chill, but terrifying. Do you think it's low on compression and that's what's kicking me off, like Fort William?
No, it seems okay.
And it's probably me.
I mean, it's not super, it's not like a glaring thing.
What pressure? 5 spaces.
And I'm using all of it, I think. Like,
Yeah, you're definitely using all of it. How does like front rear balance feel? You feel
the balance
heavy
feels
on the
decent.
front? Okay.
Like this morning, it was definitely over the front. But
Yeah.
when I went up another stem spacer and the compression and the volume spacer, that sorted that. But it just feels like I'm like just getting pinged and
Yeah. Okay.
less control.
The only thing I'm wondering is if, since it is, it's pretty consistently steep, huh?
It's not pitchy. Like it's not like
Yeah.
dropping and then it's like down bottom woods. It's basically just like one kind of down the whole way down.
Where does it?
It felt better there.
Felt better in the steep stuff.
Yes, like that's where I wasn't having any problems. It was after I stopped. It was in the, like up top, after the road, like where the speed trap is?
After the first little road crossing,
Yeah.
and you do the, like,
Yeah, you do like the corner onto the road after there, and that straightaway. Felt pingy there, the rock garden, it was like really gnarly. My rear like fully stepped out. Actually, sorry, even once more up top, right after the road gap. And you're going hard under braking there, that felt good. And then as I came off that little wooden step down thing, I just landed and it just went and I blew offline.
Okay.
And once more up top, in the very first rock garden after the shark fin right-hander. You do like the rock garden compression right, and then there's like a left around a tree. I just like kind of got too far offline and was like on the side and couldn't slow down because I was just sliding and just blew straight.
Okay.
But again, like if you'd like this, tell me that.
The only thing I want to try is slowing down high speed rebound on the shock one.
Yeah.
It just feels like it could be a little bit fast, deep, and maybe that's pushing you onto the fork, and then when you land, you kind of...
Yeah.
It's an easy try, and you'll know right away if it's better
Yeah.
or worse.
Let's do that.
Because everything else seems pretty ballpark.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Okay.
Super easy.
Yeah. King with that. Thank you. Thank you, Jordan.
I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah. Will do.
Do you think that rain affected the track much?
It did for sure. I know that guys were out early with diggers and hand tools cleaning things up. I don't think we really had an idea of what it was like yesterday. It was just a few juniors So probably by the end of the day today, we'll have a better picture of what it's like. Sounds like some pretty good compressions, and now it's starting to get a bunch of holes in it, which makes sense. It's like when it gets wet, you start to push in ruts, and then once it dries out, those ruts start to crumble apart and you get big holes. So it's gonna be a hard one, I think.
It turned out to be a really beautiful day for practice today. The sun was shining, people are getting up to speed really quickly, and by the end of the day, the track was just back to its usual dusty self. But the forecast for race day is still looking super ominous, so it's gonna be interesting, but for now, we'll see you tomorrow for qualifiers.